How's that for road rash?
Wow, what a cool one-liner that was said straight to the audience and no one else. Hey, this is Timmara signing on with some more of Devil May Cry 5. Alright, so last time we played another mission with Dante. Spent a lot of time moving around buildings and such. And then we fought the Cavalier, Angelo, where we freed Trish. And then some information got dropped on us. So we're probably going to watch all that all those cutscenes again, but get ready for some stuff. So we're just going to rewatch that. After waking for a month, recuperating. Yeah. So V caught up with Dante, and he was watching over Trish, and she detailed his background, which we'll get to here. Dun, 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 dun.
Suffering defeat after defeat, that man's body was reaching its limit, breaking down. But he couldn't die yet. The man had a job that must be done. To defeat his twin brother.
Oh my god, I wonder who this guy could be. Sorry, I know I'm banging that home a lot, but boy, again, the only reason you probably wouldn't guess or know immediately that this is Virgil who's doing this whole master plan or whatever he's doing, the only reason you wouldn't know or at least assume is because you haven't played another Devil May Cry game. Stop putting my controller on a solid surface.
Heavy chain that does freeze my bones.
In order to defeat his younger brother, he could only do one thing with the crumbling flesh and feelings. He needed to separate man from devil with the strength of the Yamato.
Yeah, man, V is Virgil. I suppose it's in his name, because it's a V. I suppose that Virgil was the bad guy was too obvious of a twist, so they had to throw another twist that really doesn't make that much sense. I suppose not say it doesn't make sense is just not good. I'm sorry, I feel bad for ragging on this game in some spots. It's just like this story, I know Devil May Cry, the story isn't important, but other games in this franchise have had more compelling and more interesting story beats than this one. And it's just kind of weird. Sorry, carrying on.
Human soul, I've realized the gravity of the crime I've committed. I've realized how important everything was. Everything I've thrown away in my pursuit of power.
So yeah, that's the good side of Virgil, basically what's left of him.
Yes.
And yeah.
I
Okay.
thought that maybe he could change maybe fix.
Maybe you should have told him what happened in the first place, and that might have helped.
Tell me.
Probably wouldn't have believed you, but it probably would have been more helpful than what happened.
Was this fool before you, right?
I'm not your mommy, V.
Technically you are, because you look just like her,
You're a big boy.
and you were built off of her, and if he's Virgil, you know.
And you need to see this through. Dante's war.
Moving on. Okay, so last time Dante also got, like, his motorcycle blade thing. Alright, we got another cutscene to go. I know last time we ended with 5 minutes of cutscene, and now we're going to start with 5 minutes of cutscene. I feel bad for repetition, but it's accurate. Or, it's consistent.
How's that for road rash?
Wow, what a cool one-liner that was said straight to the audience and no one else. Mission start. I bought a couple of upgrades for the Cavalier, so we're ready to go. Heavy weapon with unique design. It may leave you wide open. There's no better way to stagger enemies. Okay. So I suppose you're swinging around a motorcycle, so I suppose it does make sense it's the heavy weapon.
Unless you want to die, I suggest you get the hell out of my way. Rev it up! Rev it up!
Boy, that's slow, but it's effective, I suppose. See, who the hell? No, what are you doing? Switch. Say, is there a way to just like keep riding this? Maybe not. I got not much to say. We're just going. Suppose, what is this? Chapter 12. Devil May Cry usually averages about 20 something, so we got a ways to go. Oh, jeez. I thought it was halfway done last time. This is going to take, you know what, it just kind of occurred to me, this is going to take a while to get to Urizen, isn't it? It seems like we're right there, but then again, Dante's got like multiple weapon slots to go yet, you know? So that means we're still going to have to get a lot of other weapons. So we're going to be playing probably like a mission to get per weapon, so probably by the end of this level we'll get the Michael Jackson hat or whatever. So, how many missions is it going to take us to get to Urizen till we're back to the point where Nero got to him? And then we can resolve that, you know, at all, and probably find out more about Virgil. Boy, this seems long. Like, I don't know. Hold on. That seems like the full way to go. I'm not sure. I'm taking a guess at what could possibly be. Unless it's supposed to split. It just, what I was talking about earlier, it's, at least, other Devil May Cry games have had at least a more compelling story, or at least more reason to have you move forward. Devil May Cry 1, it was kind of a mystery to try and stop this, you know, demon lord your father locked away from getting out again. In Devil May Cry 2, it was at least, okay, Dante's on a mission, he's gonna do this thing along the way, but he's after something of his own, and my guess was he was probably trying to get into hell in order to save Virgil. At least that's my theory, I could be completely wrong, I don't know. Devil May Cry 3, it was the whole story about how Dante kind of grew up a little bit into and tried to stop Virgil and met Lady, and how she had to deal with her own problems with her dad going nuts and being the real one pushing Virgil to do like all this messed up stuff, or at least part of it. Devil May Cry 4, it was all about Nero, and you know, Dante had his own agenda like usual, but it's all about Nero trying to save his love interest, and Dante stepping in going, you know what, Nero's got this, but he might need a little help. And even the reboot, at least that was kind of about, okay, demons have enslaved society, but they've done it secretly and kind of doing through capitalism and all that stuff. And, you know, there was that political level. There was Dante growing up, Devil Trigger Gauge up. It was about Dante growing up. It was, you know, about the difference between him and Virgil, and how Virgil's change to evil was actually kind of sad because, you know, he just wanted to get the current leader out of power in order so he could become, you know, be the next leader in power. And then the DLC storyline that went into detail about how he's finally severing ties with his family and doing his own thing. And this game is just kind of, okay, we failed once already. Let's do the exact same thing we did last time, and let's see if it works this time. Fury. I think this is actually a weapon or an enemy from the reboot. No, yeah, I know I'm rambling about Devil May Cry. I feel it's bad because I feel like I'm complaining about this game in some, like, minor ways, but it also just sort of, like, for such a long wait for a franchise, you know, people basically killed the reboot franchise, even though they had a lot of promise, it had a lot of good qualities, and people whined about it so much because it's not the original. But now we got this game that's, okay, really takes a lot of things from the reboot. The art style, the, you know, frankly the language, because that's what people complain about. Oh, it's too sweary. But, you know, this definitely took that. You know, I'm not, okay, took is not the right word, but it got influenced, no doubt, a lot from the Ninja Theory Devil May Cry, and people complain about it because, oh, it's not my Dante, because his hair is brown, and he's different, he's just so emo, even though the story's about him, you know, growing up and learning to care about people. But, you know, that's not good enough for me. We want the fun-loving Dante who says the crappy one-liners, and sorry, again, I do genuinely feel bad about all my complaints, but it just seems like it's just like another, it's not a good way to say it, but another Devil May Cry game. Like, this game has some interesting ideas, like with V, and, you know, gameplay is refined as usual, and it's super fun, but it feels like they really did nothing else. It's an original Devil May Cry game, and that's apparently enough for people to go, yeah, this is what I wanted. You know, play it safe in all the right ways, and that's just all we need, because that's all we wanted in the first place. I don't know. Because even this is just like, this motorcycle weapon, it reminds me of that stupid electric bat guitar in Devil May Cry 3, because it's like, oh yeah, this is cool, this is a cool weapon because I'm cool, I'm Dante. But it was such a lame and useless weapon. And now this motorcycle just seems to be the epitome of like, oh, it's a cool weapon, even though, yeah, it's not as useless as that, you know, bat guitar, but it's just sort of like, I had a train of thought and then I just lost it. But okay, no, I got it. You know, it's like this motorcycle weapon, oh, it's a demon motorcycle, you swing around. It's like, it's trying too hard to be cool, because that's you know, that's the idea people have of Dante. He's like, oh, he's cool, he's rad, he's, I don't know, whatever. But, so, he's so cool he uses a motorcycle as a weapon. And you know, people put down reboot Dante because like, oh, he's trying too hard to be edgy, and this game is trying so hard to make Dante cool when he got knocked out for a month for like the worst presented reason or way it could have been done. Boy, I'm just going off on one on this episode. It was never the intention. You know, this was stuff I was going to talk about maybe a little bit at the end, but now it's just gotten to the point where it's just like, come on. No one's watching anyway, so it's not like anyone's going to get upset with me, but...
Yep. Here comes the blood.
Am I overthinking it? Probably, but I don't know. It just seems so... Still so... I'm still annoyed. Because it's just sort of like, again, people complain so much about the reboot Devil May Cry series when there was like a lot of potential for it. I understood, yeah, maybe it took some things too far. It did seem to rub it in like, yeah, this is not the original Devil May Cry, get used to it. But it had good ideas, it had a good, interesting way it took its story. It, you know, had a different, interesting way in how it was going to take his characters, especially with Virgil. And no, it's not this super rad, cool Dante who plays electric back guitars that are really bad to actually use in-game, and I think is actually voted by the fans as the worst weapon in the franchise. And, you know, I just feel like, and the weight, when, you know, again, the weight is the thing. So after all this time, we get another Devil May Cry game, but it feels like it feels too safe. Especially now that we're playing as Dante, and, you know, it was cool at first, but now it's like, ugh. It's trying to play up, oh, there, again, like the intrigue, oh, who could this new enemy possibly be? Could it be the twin brother that has been disappeared for the longest time, and they drop all these hints that, oh yeah, it's obviously gonna be him, especially after he went after Nero and got Yamato. Who else could it be? And just beating around the bush, even though, yeah, it took so long just to confirm, oh yeah, it's Virgil, but we already knew that. And again, unless you haven't played a game before, but then again, you probably watched that history of DMC so far that they had right at the beginning of the title screen, so that probably still would have given you enough warning flags that it was going to be Virgil. So again, at least other Devil May Cry stories had some level of intrigue. Now that we know about V, it's just kind of dumb. It might get more interesting as, you know, we reunite V with Urizen, or once we get to the point. Because now, this isn't even to the point of, you know, now we're just trying to, like, work our way up to go fight Urizen, even though we saw that Dante made it to Urizen, like, 4 or 5 chapters ago, but now we're gonna have to play as Dante through every step of the way, just so they can give him flashy cutscenes of him using a motorcycle weapon or a Michael Jackson hat.
Don't want to keep Mr. Demon King waiting.
No, yeah, if we didn't want to keep him waiting, we would be there already. Sorry again, I'm just going off on one right now, but oh boy. Sorry, so we get to Dante, and then I just realized, like, V is, you know, Dante is the least interesting, well, not, I shouldn't say that, because Trish is a character. I was going to say Dante's the least interesting character in his own game, but no, that's not true. It's, you know, Trish, but then again, but, like, in this game, at the very least, you know, Nero has more going for him. Ah, shoot, I bet I could have done that. I don't care, whatever. You know, Nero has a more interesting story, at least, going about him. He's got a grudge against Nero. He's trying to actually keep somebody safe who we haven't seen. Kyrie? Shoot. Now I feel bad for not remembering her name, even though I'm trying to talk about other characters. But, you know, he's got, like, something. You know, he's fighting for someone. Dante's just kind of, like, sarcastically going around. It's like, I guess I could do this job, even though I'm completely broke because no one's hiring me. And then be a douche about whoever comes around to hire me. And at least, like, Nico was, like, eccentric and, like, goofy. And, you know, Nero, he's got actually motivation. V, now that, you know, he was, like, interesting with his playstyle and, like, his connection to, you know, his animals. His, like, summoning pets. And then we got Dante, who's now just gotta, like, play catch-up because he messed up the first time. and how they presented him messing up was really lame. I'm using the word lame a lot. I never usually use the word lame, and I've been using it a lot to describe this game for some reason. Well, not necessarily this game, it's just more Dante than anything. Because, again, Dante gets talked up as like, oh, he's such a cool character, when he's just kind of a loser, really. Like, he has his good moments, particularly in 4, but even then, like, he's willing to argue rather than listen to people, and so he's just kind of like, I don't know. And, you know, he's so confident he can do everything by himself, even though he's been learned multiple times teamwork is, you know, the best strategy. He learned that with Trish, he learned that with Lady, he learned that with Virgil, and he even learned that with Nero. And yet every game, he's still just like, oh, I got this, even though I'm gonna freaking lose, and then blame everybody else for trying to fix my mess, even though I couldn't clean up the mess in the first place. Sorry, it's true. That's really what he does. I think I gotta go the other way. Okay. Yeah, again, I feel bad for ragging on this game because, you know, it looks really good, the gameplay is still fun, it's still super refined and, you know, very fun to do and get right. It's just more like the story and characters I have a problem with, but I know that's probably not the important thing, but at the same time, it's so in your face. Well, not in your face, that's not the right description, but it's like, it's still like an important part of the series. I don't know. It's just like, this game is good, don't get me wrong, but I'm just getting a real annoyed with, like, the technicals of it. Am I going the wrong way? I think I'm going the wrong way. Wait. No, wait, we were here. I completely lost track of where I'm at. I've been yelling about this game so much, I completely lost track of what we were actually doing in this level. Do we have to hit another... Boy, I just got completely turned around. Nope. Can we just go in there? Do we have to get... I bet it's you get the 4th one. It's a bonus, but who cares?
Man, this brings me back.
Wow, what riveting character development. Again, I don't mean to rag on this, but there are just certain things that are just starting to compound. There are a lot of thoughts on the Devil May Cry franchise. Again, I really like the Devil May Cry franchise. I really do. But there are just certain things that compound, or certain things that have been talked up over the years, over the franchise, and it just annoys me how, you know, maybe some things aren't as good as people say they are. I don't know, maybe that's just me, and that's kind of a mean way to phrase it, but I don't know. We're moving on, we're moving on. Come on, let's go. Actually, now that that's there, are we getting close to...
Can't believe any of this is still standing.
Oh, is this his house? Okay.
There you are. Hey, what's wrong with you? Hey! Hey, Dante!
The demonic power was activated in me once. When Virgil lovingly jammed this through my chest.
Right.
I always wondered, why did my father give me the rebellion?
Okay, what are you muttering?
Over the years, I've been stabbed and jabbed by a number of things. But who would have ever guessed?
Have you lost your mind? There's a demon to destroy! Kill yourself later! I'll help!
If the Yamato can separate man from devil, then what about the rebellion?
Wow. You are absorbing the Sparta!
So rebellion can absorb devil into man? Alright, we're getting to your reason sooner. Okay.
Dante, you son of a bitch.
Okay, good. I expected like 6 more chapters before we finally got back to here.
Hey, he's all yours. But don't let it become a habit. Win, Dante! Win!
Devil Sword Dante. Okay.
Dante.
New Devil Sword Dante. Born Dante was rather rebellion into his body. The weapon shares bond his name and will. Okay. Devil Sword Dante. Basic demon abilities with Rebellion Devil Sword Spire carry over to this blade. Press B is... Okay. Oh, doing a boss fight. So this is kind of like, actually like Virgil's Devil Trigger from the reboot. Yeah, I'm going to keep making comparisons. Alright, it's a Sword Master. Sin Devil Trigger. Hold LB, charge Sin Devil Trigger to the... From the... Okay. So it's kind of like an upgraded version of... Crap. It's kind of like an upgraded version of the Devil Trigger from... Nope, crap. It's kind of like an upgraded version of the Devil Trigger from Devil May Cry 1 when you use Sparta. Because when you use Sparta, you can't use Devil Trigger, but you gain like a big attack bonus. Well, okay, never mind. It's not like Devil Trigger from Devil May Cry 1, because you can use Devil Trigger in Devil May Cry 1 when you use Sparta. I'm trying to switch to a different style, and it's not working. Okay. Come on. What the heck? Oh, I was curious there for a second. I thought something went wrong. Oh, can I not change? Oh, I can't. I don't think I can change styles when I'm in this form. Okay. That explains a lot.
All this time, and you still don't get it.
It is you who does not understand. It has begun.
kinda. Just letting it play out for whatever's happening.
What's happening?
Something.
Bad news! Gotta go now! That houseplant is pissed off!
We need you. Don't die on us yet.
The Clive Fog is revealed in its entirety.
Oh wow, so impressive. It looks like a Dr. Seuss plant.
This inconvenience matters not.
Alright, that was a level we did. The Quillfoth. I didn't do too good on that mission. Let's not forget, no, we're not gonna go next mission, next cutscene. Okay, yeah, sorry, I know there was a lot of complaining this episode, but it's still early. Again, we probably got levels going into the 20s, so we'll see if something changes or, new reveals are happening. 3 warriors, everyone gets together. If new things change or, something else happens, I did a lot of complaining, which was a mixture between legitimate complaints I do have about this game and, like, Devil May Cry as a whole. And it was just, like, a culmination where it's like, okay, you know what, I got a platform, let's just let it all out. I could have could have complained, or, let it all out in a more consistent way, in a more, better presented way, but this is just how it happened. So, we shall see what happens next time. Again, there's more game to go, and I am having fun. It's just like there are certain things that are just kind of like really riling me up. So, we'll see. We got more game to go, so we'll see if something changes, if the whole V thing actually pays off, or it becomes interesting, or what Urizen is actually doing, or what the actual goal is besides, like, I'm destroying the world. So I guess we'll see. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed my ranting. If not, I'm sorry. So until next time, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that. This is Timmara, signing off.